start the discussion. For the question 12, yeah, this is the question 12. We have some sentence. In here we have to make, for the question 12, we have to put bracket. Put bracket to make the calculation correct. So it will be up to you how you will put the bracket, as long as later when you calculate the answer, it will be equals to 5. Remember the rules of BIDMAS. The bracket you have to be done first. After bracket it will be indices. After indices it can be multiplication or division, and then the last one it will be addition and subtraction. Is there anyone who already done it? Maybe we can directly discuss the answer. Where do I have to put the bracket? Where do I have to put the bracket? Yeah. Okay, someone already told me through the chat box. Yes, the answer it will be correct. So we put bracket for 18 and 7, and also 3 and 2. Because 18 plus 7, the answer will be 25. And then 25 divided by 5, the answer will be 5. So in here it will be up to you. You can usually we do trial and error. After you put the bracket, you have to try to calculate is the final answer is correct 5. If the final answer is not 5 yet, you have to move the bracket into another place until you find the answer is 5. There is no exact method in here. The method is only you do trial and error until you can find the final answer. Okay, if you have no question, let us move to the question 13. For the question 13, we have some sentence in here, and we need to make an equation or expression based on the sentence given. So like for the question 13a, for question 13, a furniture needs 12 screws to make a table. So we know one table, we will need 12 screws. So which equation is it? Will it be y is equals to 12 plus x, or it will be y is equals to 12 divided by x? Which one is the answer? Anyone who already tried it at home, maybe you can tell me the first equation, the second equation, or the third equation, or maybe the fourth one. It says, okay, maybe if you get confused, if one table we need 12 screws. This is one table, we need 12 screws. But later, if I have two tables, can you tell me how many screws that will be needed? If I have two tables, how many screws will be needed? Is it 14, or is it 6? Is it 24? Is it 10? Yeah, the answer is 24. Now, if you already have the number and later you get confused to pick which equation it will be, so maybe you can replace the x into any number. So in here, when it is a first table, we need 12 screws. But when I check the first equation, 12 plus 1, the answer will not be equals to 12. When I replace the x into 1, the answer in here, it will be 13. So no, the first equation is wrong. And then if we check the second equation, we replace the x into 1, 12 divided by 1, yes, the answer will be 12. But you have to check if there are two tables. Because the x is representing the number of the table, you can change the value of x into 2 when you are going to check two table. 12 divided by 2, the answer will be 6, not 24. So the second equation is wrong. Now we check the third equation. The first table, it says we need 12 screws. So 12 times 1, the answer is 12, correct. But when I check two tables, it will be 12 times 2, 24. All of them are correct. So it means the answer, it will be the third equation. Is there anyone who get confused, or maybe my explanation is confusing for you to understand? Is there anyone who get confused? No? Okay, if you have no confusion, I will move to the question B. Use the formula to calculate two screws for 20 tables. If 20 tables, it means the x we replace it. Okay, let me repeat again. Okay, before I choose which equation that is correct, is there anyone have difficulties or disagree or maybe get confused if I said when I have one table, I will need 12 screws, and if I want to make two table, I will need 24 screws. Is there anyone who get confused for this case? Hello, especially okay. If you have no confusion, if you get confused later, you can try to replace all of the value of x or the value of y to check which equation that is correct. But you have to read the question carefully. Put a ring around the formula that gives the total number of screws. The total number of screws we make it into y, and then the total number of table we make it into x. So now for the very first trial, we have one table, we will need 12 screws. So we replace the value of x into 1. Why do I replace into 1? Because I want to check for one table. When I replace the x into 1, 12 plus 1, the answer will be 13. So it means I will need 13 screws. No, it's wrong. The question said that I will be needing 12 screws when I make it one table. So the first equation is already wrong. I can move to the second equation. Now I check if it is the first table. So the x I replace it into 1. 12 divided by 1. Yes, the answer will be 12. But now I have to check also for the second table. 12 divided by 2, will the answer equals to 24? It says when we making two table, we'll be needing 24 screws. So it means the second one, when I do 12 divided by 2, the answer is 6. 24 and 6, they are different. So no, the second equation is still wrong. I need to check the third equation. I replace the x into 1. 12 times 1, the answer is 12, correct. And then now I check for second two tables. 12 times 2, the answer is 24 also. Both of them are correct. So it means the correct equation is the third equation. Is there anyone who get confused still so far, or maybe the explanation is still hard for you to understand? No? Okay, if you have no question, we move to the question B. Use the formula to calculate the number of screws needed for 20 table. It says 20 tables, so we use the formula that we already picked. We take the third one, so it says 12x. Because the question says we have 20 table, so it means the x we replace it into 20. Yes, so it will be 12 times 20. 12 times 20, the answer it will be equals to 240. Is there anyone having any confusion so far? Or maybe my explanation is too fast? Hello? No? Okay. Are you done copying the answer? Can I move, or do you want to make note first? No? Done? Okay. I will move. Okay. If you want to make note, please kindly make note first. That's why it will be better if later you try to print the paper, all of the checkpoint preparation paper for maths, for science, for English. I think the teachers already upload all of the PDF file. You can try to download it. After that, you can print it. So later you can directly write the answer on your printed paper. You can directly make notes there. So it will be easier for you later on to use it to study. So please, if you have a printer at home, try to print it. So yeah, it will be easier for you to study. Let me know if you're already done making notes so we can continue to the next question. To the next question if you're already done. Okay, let us move to the question 14. For the question 14 in here, we already have a type of triangle. It can be scalene, right angle, and isosceles triangle. We already have the angle. We just have to put what is the type of triangle is it. Before we continue, maybe we need to revise first. What is a scalene triangle? What does it mean by a scalene triangle? Is there anyone who still remember what is a scalene triangle, what is a right angle triangle, what is isosceles triangle? Is there anyone who want to help me? What is a scalene triangle? Yeah, scalene triangle. Yeah, all the sides, all the angles are different. Thank you. All the sides, all the angles. Okay. Thank you. What about a right angle triangle? What about right angle triangle? Yeah, right angle triangle. In here, there is a right angle triangle. Is it only two different angle? No. What does it mean by right angle triangle? Right angle triangle. Maybe you can check from the word right angle. What does it mean by right angle? Yeah, there is a 90-degree on it. It has 90-degree on it. Okay. What about the isosceles triangle? Yeah, it has two pairs of equal sides and two pairs of equal angles. Thank you. One pair, sorry. One pair, a pair of equal sides, and a pair of equal angles. Okay, thank you. So all of you still remember all of these properties, so we can continue. For the B, we have 50 degree, 80 degree, 50 degree. So where what kind of triangle is it? Is it a scalene? Is it a right angle triangle, or is it isosceles triangle? Yeah, it will be only isosceles. So we put cross and also tick. For the question C, 45 degree, 90 degree, 45 degree. So what type is it? Is it isosceles? Is it a right angle? Is it scalene? The tick point, it can be in the two place. Just look at the example A. The tick place, we can put it in the two boxes. It doesn't have to be only one. So yes, it will be right angle triangle because there is a 90-degree on it. And it is also isosceles because we have a pair of equal angle. Correct? Now the last one, 40 degree, 60 degree, and 80 degree. What type is it? Yes, it will be only the first one. Is there anyone having any questions so far, or maybe the explanation is not really clear enough? No question? Okay. Are you done? Copy the answer and making notes. Can I move to the next question? Done? Done? Okay. Let me know if you still need some time to make notes, or maybe later you can make notes from the recording that I'm going to share it to you. Okay. Can I move to the next question? Hello? Can I move to the next question? Can? Okay, I will move to the next question. Okay. Where is it? Wait, my slide is not moving. Okay, for the question 15, now we move to the question 15. We have a word problem in here about fraction. Ali has some sweets. He gives 1 per 8 of them to Susie and then 1 per 4 of them to Tom. What fraction does the sweet that left? Because we don't know the number of sweets, so we make it into 1. 1 minus 1 per 8 minus 1 per 4. In here, read the question. It says, show your working. So you have to show your working. If the question clearly says show your working and it has 2 marks, it means 1 mark for the working, 1 mark for the final answer. That's why please show all of your working. If you only show the working, you will be only getting 1 mark. Okay, so it will be 1 minus 1 per 8 minus 2 per 8. Yes, the answer correct. It will be 5 per 8 in the end. Is there anyone having any question? Or maybe is there anything that we need to discuss it more? Is there anyone having any question? Or get confused maybe? If you get confused, 1 in here, it means 8 by 8. 1 means 8 by 8. Why do I subtraction? You have to read the question. give to someone and then give to another one. Like if I have something and then I give it to someone, it means the amount will be getting lesser. If because getting lesser, it means I have to do subtraction. That's why I do 1 minus 1 per 8 minus 1 per 4. And then for the fraction, you have to make sure that the fraction will be having the same denominator. Now this is 8 and 4. 8 and 4, the denominator are different. That's why I make everything into 8. So in here from from 8 into 8 I just need to multiply it by 1. That's why it stays as 1. From 4 into 8 I need to multiply it by 2. If this number I multiply by 2, I have to be fair. The numerator I have to multiply it by 2 also. 1 times 2 it will be 2. 4 times 2 it will be 8. So now I move the 1. The 1 in here is not in the same denominator, so I can change it into 8 per 8 because 8 divided by 8 it will be 1. I just have to make sure that the denominator it will be the same. So now if we have to subtract the fraction, we just calculate the numerator. So we calculate 8 minus 1, it will be 7. 7 minus 2, it will be 5. The denominator, it will be stay still as 8. Okay, is there anyone else who has any confusion still? Is there anyone? No? Let me know if you have any confusion. So at home, please kindly try to do it. So when we have discussion, we can when we have a discussion, you can directly give me any question regarding to the problem that you made from each question that we discuss. Please kindly try to do it at home. Okay, let me know if you're already done making notes, so I can continue to the next question. Or maybe if you think I talk too fast, you can remind me also. Question 16 in here, we have some information regarding the characteristic of some 3D shapes. Now in here, we just have to complete the table. How many faces are there? How many vertices are there? How many edges are there? So now if we have square base of pyramid, yes, it will be 5 base. We have the base and also the sides rounding. So yeah, it will be 5. And then now for the number of edges, how many edges will be there if we have a square base of pyramid? How many edges will be there? Someone says 8, someone says 5. How many it will be? Okay, if you get confused, you can draw a pyramid first. Where is my pencil? Wait. Okay, don't mind my ugly drawing. This is the base, and then because pyramid, so yeah, imagine it's a neat diagram. Edges in here, it means we have to calculate how many lines are there. So in here, this is will be first edge, second 2, and then this is the third, this is the fourth, and then after that 5, and then this one 6, 7, 8. So it means in total there are 8 edges. Is there anyone have any confusion still? Or maybe my explanation is not clear enough? If you get confused, maybe you can try to draw it first. Okay? For the vertex in here, vertex is the corner. This is what we call it as a vertex. So the corner. So this is 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5. That's why the vertex it will be 5. Okay. If you have no, and then the faces is the crown in here, like how many shapes are there? Like this is there are 4 triangle and also 1 square. In total it will be 5 faces. That is what we call as face, what we call as vertex, what we call as edges. Is there anyone having any confusion still before we move to the second row? No? Okay. So now we have to find what shape that is having 6 faces, 8 vertices and 12 edge. Rectangular prism. Okay, it makes sense. Rectangular prism. Is there any another shapes? there are another shape, I think, other than rectangular prism. You can make it as cube, also fine. You can make it as cuboid, that is also fine. So there are three options. It can be rectangular prism, it can be cube, it can be cuboid. Is there anyone having any question? Hello? No? Okay. If no one asks me anything, so I will assume all of you already understand. Let us continue to the rectangular prism and cuboid. They are the same, so it is just a different way they tell us. So rectangular prism and cuboid, they are same. Rectangular prism in here is the same as cuboid, but cube and cuboid, they are different. There is no difference, only difference way they tell the name of the shapes, but they are the same. When you meet a cuboid, you can call it as rectangular prism, or sometimes when you have the cuboid, you can call it as rectangular prism. They are identical, only different name. Okay, if you have no question, let us move to the last question. We have triangular prism. Now we have to find the number of vertices there. How many vertices will be there? Yes, it will be 6. Okay, if we have this kind of question, the total mark is 2, and then there are 3 places that we have to answer. You have to get at least 2 answer correct to get 1 mark. So please do not only answer it 1. If you only answer it 1 box that is correct, all of your mark will be gone. Okay, if there are 3 boxes, if you answer it correct 2 boxes, you will be getting 1 mark. If 3 boxes correct, you will be getting 2 marks. If only 1 boxes, you will not having any marks. Okay, is there anyone having any questions so far? No? Okay, if you have no question, I will move to the question 17. Can I move, or do you still want to make some notes? Okay, I don't think you will be needing any notes maybe. Okay, I will move to the question 17, but let me know if you think you need some time to make any notes, so I can wait for you. Okay, if you have no question, let us move to the question 17. For the question 17 in here, we have to draw the line to find the answer. Of in here, it means times, so we have to do multiplication, because of in here, it means time. So we do 1 per 4 times 28. 1 per 4 times 28, the answer in here, it will be equals to 7. So you have to find all of the value first. 1 per 2 of 20, the answer will be 10. And then we have 2 per 3 of 12. The answer, it will be equals to 8. Is there anyone who get confused to multiply the fraction with a whole number in here? Okay. If you are still confused, of in here, it means times. You can always simplify doing cancelling. So in here, 1 per 4 times 28. If you get confused still, maybe you have to memorize all of the multiplication. So you have 24 and 28 and also 4. You can cancel them in here. Yeah, I know, suddenly he left. Okay, thank you. So it will be 1. 28 divided by 4, it will be 7. That's why the answer in here, it will be 7. Do the same thing for all of the multiplication. You can do cancelling and then later you multiply it. So 1 per 2, the 2 and 20, we can cancel them. It will be 10, right? And then for 3 and 12, 3 divided by 3, it will be 1. And then 12 divided by 3, the answer will be 4. 2 times 4, it will be equals to 8. 2 per 5 of 15, so 5 divided by 5 will be 1. 15 divided by 5 will be 3. 2 times 3, it will be equals to 6. After that, you find the calculation for another box. For this one, we already find it equals to 10. No need to count. Why? Because we already have the example. when we have the line, it means the answer will be the same answer. So it means the first box on the right side, the answer it will be equals to 10. For another box is percent means per 100. So you can do 30 per 100 times with 20. 30 per 100 times with 20, the answer later you can do cancelling again. So the 0 we can cancel. Another 0 we can cancel with this number. So in the end, we only have 2 times 3, which is equals to 6. And then for the last box, you can do the same thing. Later, the final answer will be 7. Now we have to draw a line to connect the one with that having the same answer. So it means the first box, this is 7. I have to connect it with the box of 7. This is the box of 6. I have to connect it with the box of 6. This one have no friends, so just let it be empty. Is there anyone having any question? Or maybe my explanation is still confusing. It is too fast for you. Is there anyone having any question? No? Or have? Let me know if you have any question. No? Okay. If you do not ask me anything through the chat box, I will assume all of you have no question. I will move to the next question, to the question 18. For the question 18, we have the shape A and also shape B. Now, the shape A is a square, shape B is rectangle. A and B have same perimeter. It says same perimeter. So it means we need to find the perimeter for each shape. Is there anyone who already find the perimeter of shape B? Maybe anyone can tell me what is the perimeter of shape B? Yeah, the answer correct. It will be 24. This is the perimeter. And it says for the A and B, they are having same perimeter. So it means in here, the perimeter will be also equals to 24. Now, we don't know the sides. We have to find the sides. So, let us revise. What is the formula of finding the perimeter of square? Perimeter of square, what is the formula? It will be for A is equals to 24. So yes, correct. For finding the A, we do 24 divided by 4, which is equals to 6. Is there anyone have any confusion? No? Okay, if you have no confusion, let us move to the next question. The answer correct, it will be 6 centimeter. Show your working, so please kindly show all of your working. Maybe you can show the way you finding the the perimeter of rectangle or anything. For maybe later the formula also, all of the possible calculation, please kindly show it on the paper. Because if you are not showing the working, you will be only getting 1 mark. 1 mark for the steps and 1 mark for the final answer. Okay? Yes, if you have question, please let me know what is your question. Maybe you can unmute yourself or type anything through the chat box as long as it is related to the maths class. Hello? Why is it only teacher? Can you tell me what is your problem? If the question says you're working, do we use pen or pencil? It will be better if the question asks you to show your working. You write the working with the pen. Yeah, for the working it will be better using the pen. So if you are still but for the calculation, like if you want to do a 12 times 5 like this, if you want to do a calculation like this, better using a pencil. But like for all of the steps, good steps, better using the pen. Okay, if you have no question, I will move to the next question. Is it clear? No? Okay, if you have no question, I will move to the question 19. Okay, for the question 19, a theater has a seats that is arranged in a row of 24. There are 382 people attend a show on the theater. So how many row of the seats that will be needed? How do we find it? Is there anyone who knows how to solve it? Maybe for anyone who already tried at home, can tell me How do we find the number of the rows that is needed to arrange all of these seeds? Hello? How do we find it? In a row, there are 24 chairs. So if there are 24 seats, it means that it will be fit for 24 people. There are 382 people in total. So to find the number of rows, you can directly do a division. You can divide 382 by 24. 382 divided by 24. How many it will be? Okay, so we can do 1 times 24, it will be 24 still. And then the rest, it will be 142. 142 divided by 24, it will be 5, I think. 5 or 6? How many is it? 5 or 6? 6. 6, yeah. Okay, wait. 520. Yeah, 5, right? It will be 120. But there is another extra in here, which is a 22. So from here, from the 15, in here we already have 15 rows. This is 15 rows. And then for the rest, for the remainder in here, we will get another 1 row. This is, we have 1 row. So in total, we will have 16 rows. Is there anyone have any question? Is there anyone have any question? Or maybe my explanation is too fast? Yeah, you do division. The rest, it will be placing in the next row. So in total, it will be 16 rows. If you have no question, I will move to the question 20. Hello, is my voice still audible? Suddenly I cannot see anyone. Hello, am I still connected to you? Oh, okay then. Okay, because suddenly I cannot see anyone, just to make sure if I'm still connected to you. For the question 20, write the ratio of 42 to 24 in the simplest form. If it is in simplest form, you can simplify them by keep dividing them with the same number. Like 42 and 24, maybe you can divide all of them by 6 first. Or maybe if you get confused, you can simplify them by dividing each number by 2. Like 42, if I divide by 2, it will be 21. 24, if I divide it by 2, the answer will be 12. We still can simplify this, so you can divide everything by 3 because all of the numbers are divisible by 3. So 21 divided by 3, it will be 7. And then the 12, if we divide it by 7, it will be equals to 4. And then 7 and 4, we cannot simplify them, so it means we already get the simplest form, which is 7 to 2. Is there anyone have any question? Or maybe my explanation is confusing or anything? No? Okay. If you have no question, I think we still have like 2 minutes left. Maybe we can continue to the question 21. Okay. Question 21 is easy, so I think we can continue. Put a ring around all of the fraction that is equivalent to 3 per 5. Read the question properly. It says fraction with letter S, so it means the answer, it will be at least 2 answer. You have to find at least 2 fraction. How do you check it? You have to check it one by one. Maybe this is, you check the denominator. From 5 into 30, you need to multiply it by 6. So 3, I need to multiply it by 6. 3 times 6, the answer is 18, not 16. So it means the first fraction is wrong. You can move to next fraction. This is 20. From 5 into 20, we need to multiply it by 4. The numerator, we multiply it by 4 also. Oh yes, it is correct, 12. So we put circle on this number. For the third one, from 5 into 25, we need to multiply it by 5. And then the numerator, we need to multiply it by 5 also. 3 times 5, the answer is 15, not 14. So wrong. And then for the Third one, we have 3 into 35. We need to multiply it by 7. And then 3 so the 3 we have to multiply it by 7 also. 3 times 7, the answer will be equals to 21, not 28. So this is wrong. For the last one, we have 5 and 15. We have to multiply it by 3. So the 9 we multiply it by 3. The 3 we multiply it by 3. The answer will be 9. So yeah, the answer will be 2, 12 per 20 and 9 per 15. Is there anyone having any question?